Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crunkest Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. Every night, 7 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Get on the phone and call somebody and tell them I am the 5-star general. When it comes to education advocacy, I think I'm top of the line. And a lot of you people that's out there frauding the game, you really need to get out the game. So tonight we're going to talk about it. Let's get down to it. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in. You know, without you good people, I would not have a show, because without you guys, there is no me. I didn't keep up with the news today. Maybe you can tell me what's going on, but I will tell you this. I'm about to get into something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and it's kind of personal to me, and I want to talk about it tonight. And I want you to push the share button on your video. I want you to spread it out there, and let's get this information out. Being an education advocate is something very personal to me. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I enjoy getting the results from, to make sure that my clients are satisfied. A lot of you people that's out there that go and do the things that you do on a daily, you don't take for granted that some days, you take for granted that some days the kids have no representation when it comes to what actually is going on in the schools. Whether you're an advocate or an activist, that's your business. But whether you have good character and integrity becomes everybody's business. In this game that we're in, some days it goes your way, some days it doesn't. But I'm looking at some things now. It's like it's the thing to do to become an education advocate. And let me tell you why that's not the perfect storm. Because one, if you don't have the passion, you're never going to be able to battle the right way. Two, you have to have the knowledge of the system. You have to know the policies, the procedures. You have to know everything. You have to be versed in education law in order to be a good advocate. And for 12 years, I've mastered my craft. You don't see me doing very many press conferences. You don't see me out there with the fanfare. I made poster. I did this for a client and we won, and then I move on from it. You become a great advocate when you can show up and the problem basically solves itself. I'm watching some of y'all and the things that you're doing, and you're really on some crash dummies. Now, y'all that's out there know people that need good advocates. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's double check something. I want to double check something. Okay, let's open this thing up. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get something straight. All right. Some of you people that are out there that are masquerading as advocates, the money comes with the game. It actually comes with the game. But a lot of you people are now making promises, and you're not keeping your promises. You're not doing the things that you say you were going to do. Now, the reason that I can speak on it, because I'm out here cleaning up y'all shit when you screw up. I don't call you. I don't tell you nothing. When you mess over people, they call me. I don't talk down on you. I just figure out what the problem is, and then I go and I attack the problem. And I try to deal with the problem. But some of y'all are out here that, you're doing things that don't make sense. Do you become a good advocate by the number of press conferences that you do? Hell no. Do you become a good advocate by the way you speak at those press conferences? Hell no. You become a good advocate by getting the results. And please, please don't step into my arena. Now, I know I got a certain attorney that's watching this. Boy, sit your ass down. I am the Michael Jordan of this game. I am that arrogant, and I will say that I am the Michael Jordan of this game. Not because I just say it, because the people who I've worked for keep saying it. You feel what I'm saying? Now, some of y'all run around here taking these assignments and don't know what the hell you're doing. And then people got to clean up your shit behind you. Now, me, I ain't got to speak on you for one reason. Until you do something that affects me, then I won't say anything. So I'm not afraid of your lawsuits. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of the people you run with. But what I have a problem with is you guys out here masquerading as education advocates. And when it's all said and done, you're not doing the things that you say you're going to do. If you promise somebody that you're going to do a press conference, do it. If you promise them that you're going to speak at a board meeting, speak at a board meeting. But stop lying like you're going to do all this stuff and then you never do it. And then when somebody brings it up publicly, then you want to get your panties in a bunch. I don't care about anybody. Subpoena me, do whatever you want to do. But you people are really diluting the game when it comes to people finding good people to actually help their children in these school systems. A lot of you people don't even know when board meetings start. You don't know how to go through the grievance process. You don't know how to prepare for a level 3 grievance. I got to tell some of y'all, look, don't let your client speak at a board meeting in a level 1 while you're going through a 1 and a 2, because you're going to mute yourself at a 3. Because the board can't hear this. They cannot hear this before they need to rule on it, before they hear it in their formal setting, and but you should know this as an advocate. You should know this, but you don't. So you get out here and you make these promises to these people, then you screw them out their money, and then you move on like it ain't nothing. Now, realistically, I could be sitting there saying, keep screwing up the game, because every time y'all screw one, your client called me anyway. Now they got to pay double the money. They paid you for something that you could never do. And now they have to pay me to go back and clean it up. Is that fair to parents? No. Especially parents that are reaching out that realistically want the help for their children. But I know some of y'all don't give a damn about the children because you don't give a damn about yours. Am I stepping on some toes out there in the advocacy world? See, I'm not an education activist. I'm an education advocate. And I own a firm, Monroe Consultation. And honestly, I've stepped away quite a bit to allow y'all the space that y'all need to continue to keep screwing up. It doesn't matter what any of you think. And I'm not talking to my audience. I'm talking to the advocates and activists. You can post what you want to post. You can say what you want to say. You can make it look real good. You can fluff it up. But you could never be me on your best day. You know why? Because I work assignments until they're done. are work assignments until they are done. So this is for the advocates all over the country. If you're not going to do the work, then get out the way and let somebody else do it. Get out the way. Don't nobody give a damn who you affiliated with. What that got to do with you understanding education law? Tell me that much. What does that have to do with it? If you need a leader like Alexander Miller, vote for him. If you want to vote for it, vote for it. I'm going to go into that because I was looking at something. And most of these people that's out here masquerading, doing things as advocates, politicians, you know what I'm saying? They're our community leaders. You know, I was watching something from Brother Malcolm, and he was like, in the white community, you don't see athletes and actors and different people saying that they are community leaders. They don't do that. Our people do that. But since you guys want to bring up elections, let's talk about a few. Let's talk about Vidal versus Miller. Y'all that want to vote for Miller, vote for Miller. You that want to vote for Vidal, vote for Vidal. I've had the opportunity to meet Vidal several times. I've had the opportunity to have conversations with him. And that's why you see him scrolling at the bottom of my screen. When you are grassroots and yet you don't have the time to meet with a true grassroots activist, advocate, whatever you want to call me, then why should I support you? See, y'all have been duped too many times. You get out here during election times, you fall for the pictures of them hugging your kids. You fall for, especially in the black community, for the pictures of the white politicians showing up in your community because they care so much about you. In Southeast Houston, let's be real, it ain't but two white ones ever showed up. That was Mike Knox and my man Michael Kubash. Where's Sally Alcorn? She beat the pavement in the black community to be an at-large city council member. Like she had found a pot of gold under a rainbow. And ever since she won, she ain't been back. So now you have to go out there right now during election time for this special, for this runoff election, and you have to make some crucial decisions. So now you're going to get out there and you're going to vote based on what? If Miller is so good, tell me why. Why? If she's better than Vidal, tell me why. If Beto is better than Greg Abbott, tell me why. Don't tell me the promises. Tell me, I want to know the work that they've done. If they're better, why? Tell me why. Even you don't know. Because you're big on the promises. You're big on the lies and the perceptions. Let me answer this question. What do you think about the Dems trying to pass a bill that will make it legal to fine people $20 for not voting? What do you think about that? Well, actually, I have a problem with people not voting. And most of these people that are not voting are the ones that always need some type of financial help. I don't know how you can make people vote. I think if you get public assistance, you need to vote. I don't care who you vote for. I think you need to cast that vote, because that the most of the people that need the most help are the ones that are not voting. They don't care about democracy. They don't care how it goes. So back to what I was saying, because I've yet to hear that, and I'm gonna read what you put up there, Lewis. You put policies and not a part of the good old boy system. Then you came back, those in it for a lifetime will have big favors to pay. And then you came back, we just need someone who's going to do what they say. Explain that. So if Miller gets in office, she's not going to get bought off. That's what you're telling me, right? If Miller gets in office, she's going to be tough on crime. Am I correct? Or will she be marginalized? Will Miller be marginalized by the fact that they cooked the scheme up with redistricting the county map? So even if Miller was to beat Hidalgo, if we lose one of those Republican seats, it's the same thing all over again with Ellis. So explain to me why I need to vote for somebody based on what they're promising me when these people never keep their promises. Why should I? Why should I? Let's go over here to this Fort Bend school board election. It's several people running for position 7 on the Fort Bend ISD school board. Arjanelle, Lewis, and I know David Hamilton. David Hamilton was supposed to sit down with me Saturday. I never heard from him. I'm good with that. You got to do some damage control. So if you look at them over there, you look at them over there, and Fort Bend County is so fickle when it comes. You got a lot of wannabes in Fort Bend County. You got a lot of people that just, you got to be a certain way. You got to talk a certain way. You got to dress a certain way. That's the only way that you would be the right fit. Let me read your comment, and then I'm going to get back to my show. We need to take no chit fighter. I'm not Miller, so I can't say, but I think she would do it and not play politics like Vidal, who donated to Lena Hidalgo and got nothing for it. Okay, so we're going to base who we vote on by who they donate money to, right? So why did y'all vote for Turner? Turner took money from the Republican Party. Before he ever decided to run against Turner, Tony Busby did a full-fledged fundraiser at his house for Sylvester Turner. So we can't base it on who they take money from, especially a position that's non-partisan. That means you can take money from both sides. So they're taking money from the people that they're supposed to take money from. See, people want to say, well, don't vote for this one because they donated money over there. But when you're running nonpartisan, you can take Republican and Democrat money, independent money. Who gives a damn? You have to fund your campaign. And then all of a sudden, the people and those with a platform decide to make these races partisan. So the Democrats have had control of the county for the last 3-4 years. What's your crime rate look like? So you willing to go through that again, huh? Another 4 years of this, what we dealing with? Not Gary Monroe. But let's go back over to Fort Bend. So you got David Hamilton running against Orjanelle Lewis. David Hamilton is a Republican, and Orjanelle, I guess, is a Democrat. And people have crucified David because of some comments that he made. And, he was honest about how he felt about certain things. And whether you like it or not, that's his perception. That's his reality. Oh, well, we don't have to have him in office if he liked it. Well, hold on a second. So you're saying Orjanelle is better than David? You talking about the same Orjanelle Lewis that crucified Stephanie, who ran for school board a year or 2 years ago, who said everything under the sun negative about this lady, but now she's running for office. She won't answer you on Facebook. She won't respond to you. So what she's doing is she's giving you a prerequisite of how she's going to be when she gets in office. See, the biggest mistake that we make, especially with school board races, we're looking for that perfect person. No. No, I'm not looking for the perfect person. I'm looking for the person that's going to move the needle. And if I have somebody who's played dirty politics against somebody who she wasn't even running against, why would I put her in office? Oh, well, she sat on this committee, this committee, this committee. She's the same one that got in bed with Charles Dupree and tried to continue to marginalize African-American students at Marshall High School when it came to Title I funding. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I know my people. See, unlike some people, I research further than what they put on their push cards. I research a little further than what's put on their push cards. And I dig deep. So, in regards to the school system, Ann Son was a Harvard graduate in HISD sitting on the school board. To me, she was horrible. Because she wasn't making decisions for all of the children. She was making decisions for certain ones. And that's not what you should do. I'm sorry, that's not what you should do. Let me put your comment up. I don't have peace with Martinez. I think she wanted to say he's on the board of Methodist and lied, saying Methodist is hiring back staff that refused the vax. That's a lie. If he lies now, if he lies now, I think she's telling you if he lies now, he'll lie then. He'll lie when he's in office. You need people. What type of people should be in office? That's the biggest question. You need people that have passion. You need people that are honest. You need people who have a track record of doing the work. I don't need people who just show up during election time. I've never seen you before. I don't know who you are. I've never seen you in the community fighting for nothing. But now all of a sudden you got the perfect pitch. I'm leery of those people. I'm very leery of those people. And I'm not going to back them up. So Orjanelle has her issues. Now we can go and talk about David. There are things that David supposedly posted on Facebook that offended some people. From what I clearly know, because I've talked to some people, David's team, who from what I gather involved James Dunn, who's over the Brazoria County Republican Party. They put a statement out saying that David's Instagram or Twitter or whatever was hacked. Now, David, is that true or not? See, because I'm going to call a spade a spade. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. Was your social media hacked? Or did you say something? And if you felt that it was wrong, why didn't you just come back and apologize on it and move on? Now the question is you have two people in that race who have quote unquote issues. So who should you trust? Who should you put in office? People are asking me, am I still running? Yeah, I mean, I'm not in a runoff. So, why waste campaign money or ask for money at a time that I didn't need it? Yeah, I'm still in my race. And a lot of people will say, well, we're not going to vote for him because he made a song about a superintendent. Who gives a damn? He deserved it. He deserved it. But your current sitting elected official in House District 131 has done nothing. They're on the educational committee. Why they're not saying nothing about the state of education in the Houston in Harris County or in the city of Houston? Because they benefit off the inadequacies of the educational component, financial benefits. So now you have to make an informed decision. Do you vote for Alma, who ain't did nothing for the community in years? Or do you vote for Monroe, who's out there every day busting his behind in the community on several different levels? But what you want is what you really want for me as a politician. You want me to be something that I'm not. You want me to put on a suit. You want me to talk very eloquently. And I can do that. Oh, there's no doubt that I can do it. But I'm going to be me. What you see is what you get, a fighter every single day. So who would you vote for? Right now, you have some choices to make. You have some decisions to make. Someone Thunder brought up people like James Clyburn. Clyburn should have been out of office. Clyburn is trash and everybody know it. But see, black people are so uninformed and so ignorant when it comes to the voting process that you will keep putting people like James Clyburn back in office. You will keep putting them in there. You will keep putting people like Elijah Cummings back in office before he passed away. You will keep putting people like my man from Georgia that passed away, that walked over the William Pettis Bridge. You keep putting them back in office because you really don't want change. You're living in a fantasy world where you think that people are going to get in office and they're going to do something that they are not built to do. See, your reputation will be judged for one day, but your character will be judged for a lifetime. And Rontrell said, well, goddamn it, I'm voting for you because I really want to see what you can accomplish. And he said, no doubt in you, but you talk that talk, so I'm hoping you can shake up some things. But do you understand that if I made it to Austin as a state representative, I would have people shaking like a stripper at $2 Tuesday because I don't play the game. I don't. Change is what we need. But see, if we're not willing to put some real change agents in office, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So it's sort of like trying to figure out who represents us, who do we pick to do what needs to be done. If you never put me in office, that's not my loss. That's your loss. If you never put me in office. Because if I never sit on the school board, whose loss is that? That's theirs. Because as long as they keep it dysfunctional, then I get to keep helping people. I get to keep helping people. So you have to understand where we are as a country. Being an uninformed voter is a very dangerous job. Being an uninformed voter is a very dangerous job. Not knowing the inner workings of how our government works, you are a very dangerous, uninformed voter. And you will never get it. Segregation in the city of Houston has always been a problem. They couldn't even get desegregation right if we go back to the history. Because, see, Houston had to be better than everybody else. Did they really desegregate this town? Or did they fluff the game up in front of your eyes and you just ignored it? How did they desegregate the city of Houston? It was simple. They coordinated a plan where African Americans would show up at a white-owned restaurant. They would sit at the tables, and the white-owned restaurant would serve them, and they would desegregate the white restaurant. The white restaurant was in on the fix the whole time, and this is how they did it. But yet, when you go to our communities and you see how we live, you see how the poor people live in their communities, the poor blacks, the poor whites, the poor Latinos. Houston is still segregated till this day. It's not desegregated because now we're segregated by class, race, and gender. Let's do the homework. We're segregated by class, race, and gender. The way that you are treated in your communities should tell you everything you need to know. And just because you're black does not mean that you have to vote for a black person. Maybe you should vote for that white person if they're going to work and do what they need to do to help us. But see, we get so caught up in race that we end up voting the wrong people in. So if you have to make the decisions now and use crime as the deciding factor, who's going to be tough on crime? Republicans or Democrats? Rontrell Bradford say, I don't mind the segregation. I do. We're segregated by class, race, and gender. We just need to take care of our own first. Well, we can't seem to do that because we've been entrusting our own to black politicians for the last 60 years who've done nothing for us. They were supposed to take care of us, and they've not done it. The Democratic Party right now controls the government on the federal level. They control the big dog government. And I see all you people Are they always talking about reparations? Why they ain't took it to the floor? Why they ain't took it to the floor? If they can get a black woman on the Supreme Court because they had enough votes, why they ain't took reparations to the floor? And you're saying, Thunder, I will have to say that Democrats are tougher on crime than Republicans. I'm gonna differ with you on that one. Because if that's the case, then why are we going through what we're going through right now? In Harris County, I'm talking about Harris County. Democrats have controlled Harris County for the last few years. So how are they tougher on crime than the Republicans when we're dealing with being probably the murder capital of the United States of America when they're continuously letting people out of jail? I know a kid right now that's been arrested 3 times in 1 month. 2 of them were pistol cases. The one he got 2 days ago was a pistol case, the third one. And yet his bond was $20,000 on a third felony. Talk to your boy, man. I'm listening. Talk to your boy. I'm trying to figure it out. Tell me. Tell me. What about the 94 crime bill? You talking about the one that your president in there right now authored? The question now becomes is we have to stop changing the narrative to fit what we're trying to say. We keep talking about the 94 crime bill. Shit, we need a 94 crime bill right now. Tell the truth. I got my mic. I just dropped it. We need a 94 crime bill in Harris County right now. You know how I spent my day? I went to a school because at this school, several of their athletes have gone to jail since their footballs and basketball season were over. Stealing Cadillac converters, pistol cases, all kinds of stuff. And today I went to the school to have a small assembly with the athletes to have a real conversation with them. I brought a former NFL player with me, African American, grew up poor, can relate to these kids. We had that real conversation. Now, I know in that room, we didn't reach all of those kids, but we definitely reached some of them. But I told them that I am the guy that's out here fighting to make sure that you're not getting multiple bonds. You don't need them. If you commit a crime, go to jail. Nobody has a problem with misdemeanor, bail reform. Nobody has a problem with letting people out of jail because they, smoked a little weed. We have a problem with these felonies, bruh. We have a problem with it. And I'm going to tell you that you got to overhaul the juvenile justice system because a lot of these people that are committing crimes are juveniles. And they're letting them in and out of jail. They take them to jail and let them out. Mama come get them out of jail. They do something else. They go to jail. They take them out again. Let them go get them. We have to overhaul the juvenile justice arena. But how are we going to do that when the power of our vote, where we can transform this country, is not being used in the right way? Right now, we say we don't have no oil. That's a lie. Shit. Go to New Orleans, down I-10, loop around to the West Bank, exit Lafayette Street, make a left, go under the freeway, and that road is going to run you straight into the Gulf of Mexico. When you get there and you can't go any further, tell me how many drilling rigs you see out there. We got plenty of oil. We ain't got no oil shortage. We got plenty of oil. But who do we have running the country right now? I see people leave the country and they go on vacation in Dubai and all this stuff. Who you think built those countries? The United States of America funded that. See, because when they go to war and they tear up these countries, they send the necessary funding to rebuild them, and they rebuild them bigger, better, and stronger. But we can't take care of our homeless veterans in the United States of America. We can't fix our school systems in the United States of America. We can't deal with crime in the United States of America, but we worrying about crime in foreign countries. We can't protect our borders in the United States of America, but we're worrying about crime in foreign countries. And the reason that it's going to stay like that is because you uninformed voters are showing up at the polls and you putting the same mistakes back in office that you should be taking out. Why is Stephen Hotze indicted and not Lena Hidalgo? So y'all out there, you going to vote for? You going to vote for? Adrian Garcia ain't give a damn about y'all, but now he all over the place, taking pictures with everybody. Did you know that Adrian was one of those commissioners that decided to defund the Harris County Sheriff's Department and the constables? Quietly, nobody knew, by $40 million a year. But you uninformed voters will go back out there and vote for these people again. I'm to say we're in trouble with Russia and China. There's no way we can fight them and have a house divided at the same time. Well, first of all, let me say it like this here, and I'm just going to say it, and I don't care if people get mad at me. What go on in Russia is their business. We need to be worried about the United States of America. We need to be worried about the fact that people don't have anywhere to live. They're losing their houses because they couldn't make money during the pandemic. People are homeless. We need to be worrying about the United States of America, fixing our educational component where the average third grader cannot read. That's their business, what's going on in Russia. That's their business, what's going on in the Ukraine. That's not our business. We need to worry about the United States of America. They say we are the greatest country in the world, and yet we're ran by some punks that have no backbone. And according to Thunder, all that money going over there can be used here. Exactly. Now, you see all these kids going over there to fight these wars? Why? When they come home, they can't have adequate medical veteran administration facilities to go to. Why are we not taking care of our veterans when they come home? Because we're too busy taking care of other countries. Russia and the Ukraine is not our business. Maybe we should focus more on developing our own stuff. Maybe we should focus more on creating our own factories to do production in, instead of always having to outsource it to China and to everybody else. Maybe we should make some of these factories come home. There shouldn't be a trucking problem with trucks coming out of Mexico. We should be doing this in our country. We have more than enough land to do it. So why aren't we? Why aren't we? Why are we so far behind on everything? Because the power of your vote is not being utilized in the right fashion. You have decisions to make, and you need to put the right people in office. So if you don't want a foul mouth, cigarette smoking, old school Miller drinking, African American dude that lay it on the line every day as one of your representatives, then don't vote for me. That is your loss. That is your loss. But the thing is, I'm not voting for anybody anymore just because you're black like me. I'm not doing it because that card has not gotten us anywhere since the civil rights movement. So you tell me. So if you people want to be out there representing us, whether you're advocates, activists, whether you're politicians, then complete the damn assignments. Don't come and lie to us to get a vote. And then once you get the vote, the hell with us. I don't have to worry about that. I'm over here with them people, man. And they seem to do everything they say they're going to do. And I'm not falling for nothing anymore. But I still want to beat this drum that whatever happens in South Korea, that's not our business. Whatever happens in the Ukraine, that's not our business. Whatever happens in Russia, China, that's not our business. Our business is the United States of America. And we're so busy wanting to fight everybody else's battles that our country is hurting the most because we're not fighting the battles that have occurred on home soil. Y'all want to talk to me? I don't care who you are. Some of the greatest battles that have ever been fought in the history of the United States have not been fought on United States soil because we're too busy doing what we do, which is forgetting about the people here who you pander for votes for every single election cycle. So do I want to give certain people a chance to sit in office? Hell no. Would I trust Arjanelle to be a good school board representative? Nope. Because right now you can't answer the questions of the people. You're running for election, and if you can't answer questions now, you ain't gonna answer them when you get in office. No. This woman fought against African American kids getting Title I funding at Marshall High School. I was in the middle of that fight. I know. So no, I would not recommend you vote for her. For what reason? No. And y'all, I don't know what's going on, but today ain't my birthday. I've been getting these birthday wishes. My birthday, February 10th. But thank you. So everybody want to know what's going on with the big dog. Well, I'm going to tell you. We crank up next week. I'm going to do my first virtual fundraiser. I'm going to see if you're rocking with me. I'm going to do my first virtual fundraiser next week. and we're going to get going, and we're going to get Alma out of office. Send me to Austin and find out if I'm playing. Man, them people going to be on the phone calling y'all. Can y'all come get this Negro up out these chambers? Man, this dude down here tripping. No, I ain't going to be tripping. I'm going to be on you. You're going to do what you're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to be down there fighting tooth and nail to get everything that we need. Christians say people like to complain, and you and I are the only ones speaking out at school board meetings and commissioners' courts. Well, it's a little bit more than just me and you. But yeah, my friend Kristen Martin, she's a soldier. She's the blackest white girl I know. Love her like a sister, I'm telling y'all. And we just met through politics. But she has a heart of gold. And the average white person, since people want to know how Republicans think, they only ask me one question: when are your people going to wake up? I don't know. They waking up slowly, though. But we need you to wake up a little bit faster. We need you to wake up during these runoffs. And then we need you to wake up in the general. But ask yourself this: if they love and care for you so much, why they not advocating for your reparations? They got all the votes. If they can put that young lady on the Supreme Court and the Republicans couldn't move and do nothing about it, why won't they talk about reparations? Because they don't want you to have them. They want you to continue to be poor and depend on the government. And those that are doing that, you've crippled yourself. You have crippled yourself. I'm thankful for good people like Kristen Martin, April Pert, good people like that. My group that I'm in, the Yellow Rose of Texas. I love them. I'm thankful for people like Dr. Stephen Hotze, good Christian guy, man. Good Christian guy. If I ever need a good scripture, all I got to do is call Dr. Hotze, and he going to start it off with a scripture, he going to end it with one. But we up here upholding people like Hidalgo, Ellis, Garcia. We're upholding these people, and they have done nothing but rape our communities. So I need you to be informed. So tomorrow night, I'm going to break some races down for you, completely down. And I'm going to dissect these cats from front to back, side to side, like Pimp would say. I appreciate everything that you good people do for me. I love you to death. And some days you're the only family that I got, and I'm cool with that. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly, Thunder. Let me put that comment up so they can see it. We were talking about reparations. They're not going to advocate for reparations because it will show that a large group of them are not looking out for their voter base's best interest. Exactly. So who should you vote for? You're going to have some choices during this presidential run in 24. Let's see where you stand then. Are you going to vote for Crazy Joe, who didn't abandon us from day one? Are you going to vote for Miss Chucks and Pearls? They still looking for her with the patty rollers. Kamala Harris ran off like a runaway slave. You still going to vote for him? Going to vote for her because she's black, huh? Talk to me. You going to vote for her because she's black, huh? I'm going to break some races down. See if I can get some folk to come on here that got some guts. But y'all that's running, I wouldn't vote for you if you were the only one on the ticket. Because if you can't answer the people's questions now, you're not going to answer them later on. I can promise you that. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. So, it is what it is, man. If you're an education advocate, stop lying to these people and go do your job. Because the next time I got to clean up one of y'all shit, I'm going to throw you up under the bus. I'm going to jack it up with a hydraulic jack. And I'm going to throw you up under that bus, and I'm going to tell the truth about you. Stop the foolishness. You're not versed in education law. You don't know what's going on. It is what it is. First virtual fundraiser next week. You'll be able to donate the way that you need to donate. And let's go win this thing, man. I ain't sweating. You see me, I'm kicking back on this race. I ain't sweating because I always got a plan B. Watch your votes. So only 2,800 people voted in person yesterday, but they had 17,000 mail ballots? That don't sound right. And if they cheating to stay in office, ask yourself what you've gotten out the deal. Nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, I got some homework. I got an album to fine tune, and you're gonna love the album. That's all I can tell you. I'm gonna give you something, and let's try this here. I want to try something which I want you to see where I'm going. All right. Okay. I'm pulling up something, so bear with me. I'm pulling up something. All right, if you there, I'm gonna give you a snippet. Y'all know I'm working on the album. We got worldwide distribution. Ready to go, gonna go shoot the album cover in the Bay Area. Probably Oakland or San Francisco, California. Good friend of mine, Chris Hicks, used to own the Loonies. Gonna go down there and hang out with Chris. And but I want you to think about what I do musically, right? How I do it musically, right? So let's share a screen. And I'm gonna leave you with this here. Okay. Let's go in here. Let's share the screen. Okay. What rap artist gonna put this on his album? Will this be the song? Only thing I can tell you, it's gonna be an album of standards, and it's gonna shock you. Until tomorrow night, I'm 5-star. Trump or DeSantis ticket, if they run together, I'm rocking with Trump. That's all I can tell you. I will never vote for Crazy Joe. Say, man, I'm coming with that heat. We start recording now in this week. Only thing I can tell you, get a seatbelt.